So really excited today to be on a tour of some of the property projects that we've got on at the moment. So the Harvey development team, we're going to be looking with some fellow investors at some of the projects that we've got going at various different stages. It's going to be a very exciting day. We're going to look at the numbers, we're going to look at the figures, we're going to look at the stories behind planning, and we're going to look at the opportunities, why these properties create great opportunities. And those opportunities are for us as property investors, but also to bring back buildings that are not in use into good established use for the local residents. So if we were to build 16 or 20, I would love to get 32 flats here. I think 16 to 20 is a realistic development. I think that's what we're going to end up with, although we're shooting for the stars as always. So again, when we leave and you look at the front of the building, you'll see that gorgeous fascia we've got on the front. What we're hoping to do is, if we do go higher, we'll create some garden flats. So there'll be some garden flats, rooftop terrace flats, and they can incorporate the front of those turrets in their own gardens, little courtyard gardens. We'll be able to do that for the front of the building and potentially for the rear. So when the time comes, I will personally be knocking some doors of the neighbours here to find out how they would feel about it and whether that would be something they would object to or whether they would just be happy to see this building back into use. And this building has been fire damaged twice, so there's a crime issue here, so that having this building occupied is going to also reduce that element as well. So we can point out all those benefits to our neighbours, and hopefully we can get them on side to support a development that would include rooftop flats to the rear. So therefore, if we could go up 5 or 6 stories here, we'd really have, from the ground level, we'd have something that was really fantastic.
One of the funny things about this building was that when it was purchased, it wasn't actually on land registry the way that it is now. So it really predates all of that. So the layout would have been of a very previous time frame that they did it.
Because we're going to reuse the outer brick so that we can brick up the house matching. So whereas normally you'd get the boys to smash that out, this time we've got to be sympathetic about it and we've got to clean the bricks off, which is time consuming. But it means that from the outside of the house, all the brick will blend. You know, you're not going to have new patches and odd patches where we're heightening the window or they're blocking up that door. So this building, former NatWest Bank, it's a big building. When we get inside, we'll have a look. So many things you could do with the building, but very restrictive actually. We're going to go for planning for 8 flats here. So 8 high-end flats. What we put in the front here, I don't know. A nice estate agency for Harvey here in the middle of Chepstow, you know, there's a possibility. Every one of these buildings has got a secret passageway that goes all the way down to the castle and the river's edge. Every single building has got it. So I believe that's the one for here and it's been blocked up. But as a bank, you'd probably want to brick that up, right? Some of the shops on the back row on the other side, some of the shops have still got the open passageway with a lockable door and you can just go into the passage. Yeah, and it goes all the way down to the castle. To kind of finish up by saying then really, you know, with Harvey Bowes, how can you be part of what we're doing? Well, there's a couple of different things that we can do. So for those of you who are out of area, we can potentially source for you in this area. We run and own Momentum Lettings. So we have our own lettings management that we can look after properties in this area, Monmouthshire, up into the Welsh valleys and around the Newport area. So we can effectively manage those. Our referencing, I would call it forensic. We're very good at referencing tenants. Then obviously we've got the mortgage brokerage. So I've been a mortgage broker for 20 years, near enough. Very experienced. We've got great relationships with the lenders, and we'd love to look after your finance. So anything that you guys have got that needs funding, whether it's bridging, development, your standard buy-to-let, then we can certainly look after that, and more than willing to look after it for you. On the property side of it, being part of these particular projects, we can do two things. So talk to me if you've got any money that you would like to invest in these type of projects, and just watch and learn and get paid to watch and learn as these projects go by. We give a good return on the money, and we pay monthly interest on those. And then the other side of it is you can also do some straight mentoring with me. You know, if you're coming onto our Zooms, I think you get quite a lot of value from Harvey Bowes completely free of charge. We tend to give a lot away because we're into helping the community. It helps us, keeps us sharp at what we do. But if you want that extra, then we can certainly take you under our wing and really help you develop in your property developments. So there's the different ways in which, you know, we can potentially work together, or that Harvey Bowes or I can provide a service for you. And that just leaves me say thank you very much for investing your time in looking at this today. I really hope you found it useful to come round and kind of see what we're doing, and maybe get some of those learning points around planning or financing. If there's any final questions I'd like to, you know, I'm happy to answer them. I've got a great team around me that look after all these different things, which keeps my head free to be doing this type of thing with you guys. So thanks very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any last questions for me, then come and fire them at me, and I'll be happy to answer. Cheers. Thank you.